I always felt like I'll be back. I think for the most part, my intentions were always clear. I think from their side, it was always clear, and it was almost like so straightforward that it made me question it a little bit. Like it can't be this easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once free opened up a little bit, we had some interest from other teams, but like again, it just nothing ever really panned out. That's just who I am. So it's not an off and on switch. That never turns off. That's just who I am as a person. Especially as a player and a competitor, I only know one way to play, and so that'll be easy. It's just more so, like I said, I've done everything that I've ever wanted to do, pretty much. So it's not like I'm getting all this money and I have to go live a extravagant life and try to do all of these things that I've never been able to do before. I'm good, and this is a generational thing. This is for my family, and this is for the future of our families, and that's just kind of where I'm looking at it. So nothing's really going to change on my end other than just being, more comfortable, having that security, and being able to maneuver in certain ways, and just kind of being able to open up and be myself a little bit more. Recently, just coming into the NBA, doing all my draft workouts and being at, I won't say the team, but just being at a draft workout and like not having a ride to the airport, showing up, they not knowing who I am, like, shooting on a side basket by myself with no coaches rebounding for me, like all of those things, those type of things will never leave you. And I'll never forget any of those moments. So it's funny to see it all come full circle. But like I said, that's what makes, this journey that much more special is the fact that how I had to do it and how fast it turned around for me. Um, I don't know. It's weird. Like I, anybody who knows me knows how I am. So it's just funny, but I always feel like I'm right. So it's not it's not like a big deal to me. Like I always felt like I knew what I was talking about when I got up there and I had to speak. I really meant those words. I was coming from the heart, but I really felt like that, and I felt like I was right, and I knew that it would work out for me. Yeah, I mean, I knew that from day one. That obviously it's grown to something completely different that I couldn't imagine now. Like I said, so it's just funny to see how far it's gone. But it also means a lot to me to know that what I'm doing is paving the way for a lot of guys after me. And yeah, I mean, the day is a lot bigger than today than what I had in my mind. So I'll leave you with that. But like this is just another step in the journey for me. It's really just the beginning of the next chapter, and this is kind of, for me at least, closing a chapter on what has transpired up until this point. And now, I feel like I'm on a level playing field, and I've made it. I got both feet inside the door, and I'm in the room, and now it's time to really, take off and go to another level. So I'm excited about, what's in store for the future, and that's all I've been thinking about over the last couple of days. Obviously, when we made the agreement and we got it done, we got the deal done. That was like my time to celebrate and reflect and relax. But I'm already looking ahead to what's next. It's hard to put into words, man. I have a big family, and I got a lot of brothers and friends that I grew up with that I consider brothers, and Kyle fits right into that group for me. Over this last 4 years, his contributions to my career, it's hard to put into words what exactly it's meant. But from day one, luckily we were under the same umbrella as far as the agency goes. So he showed me a lot of love from day one, and then I started to earn that trust and that respect. Yeah, I think it's less of a sting because we haven't played in front of fans in so long. Um, but also, once we knew that Toronto was up in the air as far as us being able to return, I was just happy that it was somewhere warm. So Tampa is right there, and hopefully, we'll spend our time there and do what we got to do, and then make our way back to Toronto at some point. Obviously, respecting all of the COVID guidelines and people's, health and safety comes first. So obviously, we miss our fans, and we can't wait to get back to them. All of the individual accolades that you could ever think of, I don't really share those publicly because that's not what I'm into. But I got a lot on the table that I want to get done. But for now, I'm just locked in on building towards that next championship. So, um, that feeling of winning a championship, it trumps anything I've ever done in my life, in my career. Aside from my kids, that's right up there as far as personal journeys and accomplishments that you can make. So just trying to chase that next championship. That's what I'm locked in on. It means the world to me. It means the world. I mean, this is a way of life, and we put words to it that made it make sense to people. But this is kind of the wave that we've been on for a long time here, and I'm just proud and excited and extremely humbled that I start to see it, transition from sports to regular life. We have people working regular jobs that come up to us and tell us, that they hate their job and they have this passion and they want to pursue this passion. And those type of things mean the most to me. So just that way of living and that lifestyle of knowing your value and loving yourself and having confidence in yourself and not. I'm doing my research. I learned about him. I actually got a chance to spend a couple of days with him. He was out at Impact. I was working out with Kyle out there for a couple of days in Vegas, and he was doing his pre-draft thing. So, I got to spend a little time with him, give him a couple free gems, and then we just exchanged numbers, and I congratulated him on being drafted, and when we get to work and get back to camp, obviously I'll share with him as much as he wants to learn. I'll be willing to share, and the best kind of teacher is experience. So we'll just have to get through it. But I like his game a lot, and I think the way he plays, being able to learn under me and Kyle is going to be very beneficial for him.